It says we are live. And I don't have a picture. Wait. There's my picture. There it is. Picture is there. And Bethany's here. We have a Bethany.
Hello,
Good morning,
Bethany.
Friend. How is everyone today? Brandy's here. Gail says, good morning from California. Fabulous Farter on Friday, the last live of 2023.
Is it really?
What are your goals going into the new year?
I have none, really.
I am going to be working on mine this weekend. That is my plan.
I plan on getting 4 big paintings done. I'm going to finish the dragon painting and 3 others this year. So that's my thoughts. Sorry, I'm trying to find the picture of Tom Yorke.
Okay. Lots of people say hello.
Hello.
Saroj is here. Marguerite's here. I'm going to be a little quiet today, guys. I have a sinus infection and I am on antibiotics.
Her yearly...
Yes, my stupid
regimen.
Yearly allergy-induced issues. So Bethany is going to be typing like a madwoman this morning. I'm going to try my best not to cough into the microphone. And we will do the best we can today, and I am sorry. We will just go from there.
All right, I think I got a picture.
Okay, Zoya says, good morning to all. And Scott, for Christmas, they got their dream set of paintbrushes. They have unpolished wood.
Oh, wow.
And I am just drinking the Harrods tea today, Zoya. Nehru tried a new tea this morning, Morning Thunder, and would definitely recommend it. Yeah, goodbye 2023. Yeah, I feel that. Lula is here. Good morning from the frozen Hig Desert. Hope you're all staying warm and enjoying your Friday.
We are, thank you.
I hope you have a nice cup of tea to keep you warm in the desert. Thank you.
We have an eyebrow.
Emma's here. We are drawing who today, honey?
Tom Yorke, the lead singer for Radiohead.
Arkit asks, how is our professional puzzle builder today?
Professional, expert puzzle putter together. Doing good. It was funny because I was looking at it, I was like, darn, she always sends them to me taken apart. You know, like in the bag, like what they normally come in. But for some reason this time she sent me a bunch of samples and they were, you know, I guess how they come printed out, all in one thing.
Put it together?
Put it together. And I was like, oh, I don't want to have to take them all apart and then put them back together, because it sometimes takes me hours to put them together, and sometimes days, you know, because I just get bored of it. So I was like, oh, I could just take it apart in reverse, and so I did. And it was kind of fun. I can't believe so many of you were fooled, but I guess it makes sense.
Okay, I was fooled at the beginning too. Tell everybody the truth. I didn't know he was doing that, and he fooled me. You drew Aziraphale?
Yeah.
And they wanted to know if you could draw Crowley, but I thought you did.
I didn't do Crowley yet, no.
Okay. Eric is here.
For those of you who may not have known, I joined Tumblr yesterday. Speaking of which, and for some reason, like my very first day, it started showing me Good Omens and Our Flag Has Death, Our Flag Means Death artwork. Like right off the bat. It was like, wow, it really knows me pretty well.
drink tea. Yeah. Thanks, Colleen. I'm a hot mess right now. Nisha says, Scott, I want to thank you for helping me pick up watercolor again after at least 5 years of not painting due to some personal reasons.
Oh, well, I'm happy to hear it. Hope you're enjoying making art again.
Do you have any tips for drawing leaves?
I'm not very good at it, and every leaf is different, but like unless you're talking about like individual leaves or on a tree leaf, because those are two different things.
I don't know. Orlane says, hello, I'm in Switzerland and I'm a specialized teacher for kids with autism. Just so you know, you are helping me a lot to battle the burnout, not due to the kids, mostly due to work conditions.
Oh, well, I'm so happy to hear that. And you are a blessing to be doing something like that, too. I swear, teachers are a gift.
Ellen's here.
Hey, Ellen.
People are excited about Radiohead.
So I've got these two pictures. This one, which covers up his mouth, but it's a little bit higher of a resolution. And then this one, which is a bit of a lower resolution, so I can't see much of the detail. So I've been kind of swapping back and forth on my iPad thing up here, looking at the two of them. So my apologies.
Who would you have drawn if you didn't let your fans decide?
For the letter R, what were the choices for R? Hold on. I got them here from Bethany.
Favorite?
I can't say I was really a fan. I mean, I like Radiohead, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, REM. Those were the top four, and I like them all. I might have done REM, but Radiohead's a good choice. But I definitely wasn't into them in the 90s.
Do you have a favorite Radiohead song?
Hold on. I've been listening to... Go to my liked songs. Where's liked songs? Liked songs. I mean, High and Dry is great. But I've been listening to... Where is it? Everything in Its Right Place, too. Because we saw it... That was on... I think it was played on The Creator. And I was like, oh yeah, I like that song.
Anne Marie's here.
All right, are we ready? Some blue?
Did you hear me?
Anne Marie. Hey, Anne Marie. Pay attention to Anne Marie.
He is Who are you painting? What's the guy's name?
His name is Tom Yorke.
Okay.
The lead singer
Of
for
Radiohead.
Radiohead.
Lots of people saying good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Steph Nerd's here too.
Hey, Steph Nerd.
Igor wants you to try real brush markers. I guess as opposed to fake ones. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know what real brush markers are. Can they give me a brand name?
There's a whole marker playlist of markers he's tried.
Yeah. Blow dryer.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead. Sorry, guys. I am a little less than enthusiastic today, and I apologize. If my allergies would have behaved, we wouldn't have this problem. What colors would you recommend for a beginner to buy in gouache?
Oh, I would recommend the Hemi gouache set. There's a link in my art supplies we've tried. That's what I would get. I would try that out because you see which colors you use the most. And then when you go and want to buy something like Winsor & Newton gouache or, whole bean gouache or something, you can go and narrow it down by which of those McDonald's dipping sauces did I use the most of.
You're funny. Oh, Santa's here.
Hey, Santa.
Santa
Hope you're all
says,
rested up.
Good morning and happy 5th day of Christmas. Oh, honey, Santa's not, he's still busy.
No, he was sleeping the other day.
I know he's taking a little nap, but then he had to get up because the 12 days of Christmas is actually after Christmas. Most people don't know that. Have you tried acrylic paints on wood?
I don't think so. Well, I did when that person asked me to paint the little free library, remember? And I hated it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. He has played D&D.
Back in the 70s when it first came out.
Mm-hmm. You guys forget we're 100 years old. What's
Blow
your
dryer.
favorite medium for still art?
Still art?
I don't know. He's using Winsor & Newton for the gouache. Can one of the mods put in a link to his art supplies? There's 2 lists. One is supplies he's tried, and one is supplies he uses every day.
I'm assuming by still art you mean like still life. I actually like a ballpoint pen for something like that. I like to doodle with my ballpoint pen.
How do you get your proportions right in your art?
It's a combination of things. When you see me doing this, usually my proportions are way off. But when you're eyeballing it, you start off with you kind of have to have a starting point, and for me that's always the shape of the head. So if I'm going to do a body, start with the head, and then that's how I go, okay, I know I need 6 more of these heads to be tall, and that's how I use everything is based off of that oval shape. So I'll get the oval shape, and then from there I split it in half. That's where the nose is going to be. I split it in half this way. That's where the eyes are going to be, and you base everything off of that. So if that oval shape is a little wonky or everything else is a little off, if you need to get it perfect, you trace it.
Fun for how joined as a member.
Oh, thank you. Welcome.
Thanks for being here. And Hitomi, oh, you're so sweet. Hitomi sends a tip and says, Donna, for more cozy tea. You're so sweet.
Oh,
You're so sweet. I am just going to rest today. And Lula has a sinus infection also.
oh, you too.
I'm so sorry. It just... I knew it was happening, and the doctor's office was being difficult, and it was very difficult to get in. And you'd figure they'd just call me in an antibiotic at this point. They've seen me for 8 years now, and every Christmas this happens. Other-hearted Sophie's grandpa got them canvases, oil paints, paintbrushes, and new alcohol markers, and they're so excited to use all of them.
That's so wonderful.
That is an awesome grandpa right there. Very, very supportive. Brazen hopes everyone's holiday was filled with love and wishes everyone a most wonderful new year.
Oh, thank you, Brazen. Same to you.
I hope you guys are taking some time for yourself this week. This is a great week, whether you work or don't work, or you get some time off. It's a great week to just, go ahead, take some time for yourself and think about your year and how it all went and what you're looking forward to next year. Scott buys his watercolors. Where do we get our watercolors, honey? The watercolor paint.
I usually either get them from Blick or from Plaza Art, our local art store.
Have you ever drawn Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, I did. I did the painting for Logan. I think he still has it.
Okay.
You might be able to see it on my Deviant art page. So I've decided, I think the way that I do gouache is I just try to get colors, just as much stuff on there, so that way you don't see the white of the paper. So I'm just kind of throwing in blues and the oranges and the green. So and then I'll start to kind of come in and shape out. It's kind of like throwing down a lump of clay, and then you're going to start to
Mold
clear it out. Yeah.
I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore. I gave that up quite a few years ago. I think you did too, didn't you?
Yeah. That was our New Year's resolution back
Yeah,
then.
our New Year's resolution was to give up resolutions. You know, it's funny. A lot of people in the planner world that I follow, they talk about setting an intention for the year and a word for the year, and wrapping everything that you do around that. And
Blood dry.
yeah, so I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry. I have medicine head, you guys. I'm on a decongestant and antibiotics, and I'm a hot mess. Gosh, so many of you got art supplies. Lizard Son, he has tried watercolor pencils. What's the best paper for markers, honey? Several people got markers for
I
Christmas.
really like the Ohuhu sketchbook. This one right here.
Yeah.
Feels like it's got a really nice feel to it. It's the Ohuhu marker pad.
It has that really cool plastic that you can put in
Yeah,
between the pages.
it's got like plastic to go in between the pages to protect your pages. Here it is. But I really liked it. I thought coloring in it was really nice. Otherwise, I use Bristol paper. Strathmore Bristol paper.
Do you use the same brushes for watercolor and gouache?
I do. Much to my brush's dismay.
He never cleans anything. Do you remember what your first D&D character was?
A knight.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for joining. You didn't have to do that, but you're so sweet. Scott, would you play D&D if you could stay home and play with a virtual tabletop on your computer?
I think it all depends. For me, it's so 1 year during COVID, I bought. It wasn't D&D. It was the Pathfinder. I think it's what it's called, and I think it was that. But I bought that set, and our son Logan was really into it, but Brendan and Donna didn't want to play, and so it was just the two of us. But I found myself.
I tried.
For a day, yeah. I found myself overthinking it, I guess, and then I was like, well, why are these people attacking us? Why can't we talk? And for gosh, our son was 18, 17, and I feel like
17.
I feel like I might have ruined it for him because, it's like I really didn't follow along the story that he had planned. And I don't know. I feel the same way about that with any storytelling, is I want it to go a certain way, which is why I wind up writing my own stories. And so I think if I had a DM who understood that and appreciated that, then yeah, maybe that would work.
Okay.
But when I played, I was 12. and it was me and my friend Tim.
There is a list of tea on the website. Bethany, I can't remember the page we put it on. Can you put it in? We started a list of my favorite teas and links to where to get them. So that's up there. I also put on my community channel on my YouTube page, I put some basic teas that you could find in a grocery store for people who, here in the States, not out of the country. I apologize for that. But here in the States of teas that you could try.
Blow dryer.
And if you guys are just asking for tips, check out the Art Hacks playlist. Start there. Nixie is here too. How you doing, friend? A lot of people are sick right now. You know, it's just... Oh, hold on. There you go. Yeah, it's just... hate it. I don't like not feeling good. It's not the best. If you don't have any watercolor paper with you, what would be the best alternative?
For watercolor, to go buy watercolor paper. Don't. No, I'm serious. I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just when I first started using watercolor, I did it on Bristol paper, which is what I use for all my colored pencils because I came from colored pencils, and it just didn't look good. And it was a friend of mine who was like, "You have to use watercolor paper." And once I did, everything changed. It just feels different. Everything works differently. So that's why I'm saying it. I'm not saying it to be a jerk. I'm saying you'll never get the best of watercolor unless you use watercolor paper. And the better the watercolor paper, the better it looks. So start off with the cheap stuff, but at least get 90-pound, 180 GSM paper. That's as low as, or as cheap as I would go. And then work your way up to a 300 GSM paper.
Once you use good paper, it's really hard to go backwards.
Yeah. And it's not a snobby thing. It's just, that's just where the watercolor works the best.
It plays the best on the paper. Yeah. That's when people are talking about paper to journal with and paper for fountain pens. If you go on any website that has anything that's kind of niche, people have a specific tools that they like to use with specific things. And I don't think it's being snotty. I think it's just this kind of paper works best with a fountain pen, or this kind of paper plays best with gouache. Like Scott uses typically likes hot press for gouache and cold press for watercolor. Okay, guys, the gouache is Winsor & Newton and the watercolors are Winsor & Newton. The pen that he uses on the watercolors is a zebra brush pen, and all the supplies are linked on the website.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to be dismissive today. I just don't feel good, so I'm sorry. Did you ever work at an art store?
I did. I worked at Aaron Brothers.
That's what I thought.
It was in San Jose. That's where I got my my big Prismacolor case.
Oh, is that where you got it?
I think so, yeah.
Huh. Interesting. A lot of people are saying thank you for helping them to get better with art this year.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
Do your hands get cold while painting?
No, I don't think I've ever had my hands be cold. And it's especially warm in the Hobbit hole.
Oh, it's so nice down here. You open the door,
toasty.
It's like walking into a blanket, a snuggy blanket.
Come on, give me more green.
Kaylee is a really big fan.
Well, thank you, Kaylee.
And it says happy holidays from Washington.
I hope everybody. I'm a little quiet, I guess. So I'm so used to Donna doing the talk, but she's taking a little slow today. So
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't feel good. Yeah, he's used Posca colored pencils.
I'd never heard that.
I haven't heard of that either.
Do you have to shake them?
That was funny. I got a small leather sketchbook, and it's so cool.
Oh, that's great.
Zoya, Donna, the reason half of us are here is because we had art supplies and no idea how to use them, and now Scott has helped us learn. We just keep getting more art supplies till they take over. Oh, that's so funny.
So I'm thinking of maybe getting a microphone for me over here, because I don't think when I listen to the lives, which I don't listen to the lives very often, but if I go back in, I always sound like it doesn't sound very good. Like, and Donna's in front of the good microphone, so she sounds really good. So I'm wondering if I should go and just hook up.
Always sound good.
Yeah.
It's a curse. Why don't you just take the old one and you put that over there?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to set the whole thing up, and then this is one more thing sitting on my desk too, you know?
Yeah.
So let me just see, but I just...
Well, don't go buy one. Set the old one up first and then see how that works. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
He can actually eat it lately. Candy the Fox sent you a tip and said, "Hey, I hope you are doing amazing, Scott."
Thank you. I hope you are too.
Scott does not do a lot of reading, so he has not read that.
All right. Let's see.
Gonna crochet, lurk a bit, and just watch. You're so funny. Okay, Autumn has recently been asked to paint gouache dog portraits for some people at my dog rescue. I'm new to pet portraits, so I don't know how much to ask for them. Any tips?
What I do is I will charge an hourly rate. Could be $25 an hour. It could be $50 an hour. Depending on, like, hey, they just want like a little tiny piece or something. But if something really takes you 4 hours to do, $100 to, $200, $400, just depending. So really what you want to do is, but you have to decide, make a couple paintings and see how you feel with giving them away for $100. And you go, okay, well, it was only 2 hours or 4 hours of my time. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. Or you might go, you know what? I feel like I put a lot of time into that. $100 just isn't enough. Mm-hmm. And in which case you might go back and say, okay, I'm going to charge $50 an hour or more. But really, it just comes down to your comfort zone. But you practice, and you got to do the paintings mm-hmm. to kind of get the feel of what you want to do.
How long have you been painting?
I started painting in 2009 in watercolors, and then I taught myself gouache maybe around 2014. And then I went back to watercolors. Mm-hmm. And now I'm coming back to gouache for this series. And it's fun.
Could you describe your art and life in one word separately?
Gosh.
I got a word.
What?
I think our life is chaos.
No. For me, it is forward.
What's your favorite type of dog? Rescue.
Because I'm always looking forward.
Although I will tell you, I started following some corgi pages
Yeah.
on Instagram. I can't even, you guys, with the corgis. I can't even. Their little tushies are so stinking cute. I can't. If there's an issue with an order, there's an email address on the very bottom of our website page. You can email us there, and I'm sorry that you had an issue with your order.
Oh yeah, we'll fix that.
Yeah. I'm glad you think we sound awesome. I just do not feel good. I am so sorry today, you guys. I feel so bad, like I'm not holding up my end of the conversation, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm just... Antibiotics and decongestants are not your friend. Do you have tips for people who struggle with pencil drawings?
Practice.
What exactly are you struggling with?
I'm having fun. This person's got so many colors in their face. Purples and blues and greens, and they're very pasty.
Oh, Zoya's gonna go and binge watch the last season of The Crown with their grandma.
That's cute.
I love that. That's adorable. Well, I'm glad you guys think I sound amazing because I don't feel amazing. I'm fighting it and faking it. Let's put it that way. And I have a cup of tea. Let's see.
So I want you to take a look.
Thanks, Margaret. I appreciate you. He is looking like Rudolph with that red nose.
Yeah. But look. Look at that.
The lighting's good on that one.
Yeah.
You like the
shadows.
shadows.
But I'm saying, look at how red his nose is.
Yeah.
And can you see the greens and the blues in there? I can't zoom anymore, but...
Yeah. Neither one of us is a vegetarian. But we do try to eat a lot better. We are going to go live on New Year's Day. We don't whoop on New Year's Eve. We're not whoopers. We never have been. So we will be here live on New Year's Day in the morning. You do not have to join us. Any of the mods, please. If you go whoop, don't feel like you have to join. We love you. Just whoop. We're going to be here. Hopefully Donna will be better by then. Let's see. My tea today is just the Harrods tea. It was the first one I grabbed out of the cabinet because it's in the front. Why do you use such bright undertones like the magenta and orange for your paintings, and how does it work?
I was saying earlier, for me, I wasn't trained traditionally or anything like that. I'm figuring this stuff out as I go. And for me, I think I just like to throw some colors down. I look at the skin and I go, okay, I see some blues here. I look at the skin, okay, I see some reds here. And I just try to throw it down until it starts to come together. But I think there's a feeling, at least for me, of layers. There's layers of colors. And that gives me a depth to it.
Let's see. For everybody saying get better soon, thank you. I really appreciate it. My favorite book is Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen. Although I will tell you, every year for Christmas I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and every year I just love the story. I love the meaning behind it. I love the way it's written. It's so beautiful. It's just a beautiful story. If you have not read it, I highly recommend it. I went to buy one of your puzzles you showed on the short, and I noticed the site has tons of lovely leggings too. Has Donna seen their red panda design?
Yeah, Christina was kind enough to send those to Donna, and she loved them.
I think the word is obsessed. Anne Marie says, if it would make you feel more comfortable, you should get one, but don't. You don't have to get a new one. We hear you really well already. She's talking about the microphone.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about corgis.
No, but I would love to get a corgi or 6. You know what? I have a lot of book recommendations, but I just can't talk about them right now. I'm just too tired. I could post them on my community channel. It'll be easier to type. Can I do that? Is that okay? Do you have an opinion on anime?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with Speed Racer and Star Blazers, and I loved it. Loved it.
You don't sound the same as you do in your shorts.
Well, in the shorts, I have scripted what I'm going to write. So I write out what I want to say because I don't ad-lib very well. And so I've done that, and I've said it very fast. And then I, am also talking into a really good microphone. So it's a lot more scripted, which is how I'm able to do it. Remember, I am still very shy, autistic, and doing this while painting is not that easy. So, yeah, I probably sound a lot different. I hope I didn't disappoint you.
I am constantly disappointed, honey. How was our Christmas?
It was good.
Any favorite gifts this year? Any fun art gifts? Thanks.
Donna and the boys got me a little kind of fake Nintendo that had 400 classic, Nintendo games on it, which was kind of cute.
That was fun. I got a Kindle. Scott got me a Kindle, so I could. And here's the. I'm not feeling good. I'm sitting in the doctor's office yesterday, and Scott goes, "Hey, are you reading any books?" And I went, "No, I'm scrolling on my phone." He goes, "Didn't you bring your Kindle?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I could have been reading a book this whole time." Totally spaced. I should have too. I was in there waiting for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult layering your darker colors first when transitioning to gouache?
No, I think the thing with gouache is because I took some time, I took a couple years off really from painting with it. I forgot just the brush techniques and everything else, and so it was just that. So a lot of what you're seeing me do is just going, I wonder if this will work. Nope. I wonder if this will work. Nope. And I'm just doing that over and over again until I go, okay, well that kind of worked pretty good, or oh, I like that. And whereas I think when I was painting more often, I was more confident, and so I kind of had those. What about this and what about that already worked out. So it's not about the transitioning from watercolor to gouache so much as just remembering what I liked about gouache.
Brazen says, my autistic hubby asked if Scott has heard of having selective amnesia. He recently read of this and finds the concept deeply disturbing, that it might explain a lot of our interpersonal conflicts.
I've never read anything about that. I'd love to know more.
Yeah.
I will have friends, like my friend Dave from high school, will say, oh, you remember these people? Nope. Oh, you remember this? Nope. Oh, you remember that? And he'll say, she was your girlfriend for a while. I had a girlfriend? When? I don't remember a lot of...
You had a girlfriend?
Apparently.
Before me?
Apparently.
Wow.
According to Dave.
How do you stay focused enough to draw continuously? Any tips? I have art block now, and staying consistent is hard. With burnout, I also have ADHD.
I've found that doing a challenge like what I'm doing right now helps. So that way you don't have to think of what to paint. I'm going to paint Harry Potter characters. And you just got to wake up and decide which Harry Potter character to paint. Use the same medium, use the same paper, and just go for it. That really helps me to get through stuff. And then during that, I'll usually go, oh, you know what? I want to do a larger piece, and something like the Gothic Vampire comes out of that.
Do you guys have any allergies? Oh my God. That's how I ended up with a sinus infection. Too many to bloody count. Too many. Scott doesn't really have allergies.
I think I'm allergic to walnuts, but other than that...
Yeah. I haven't done any testing or anything, but I have too many to bloody count. It's ridiculous. Oh, how is the dragon drawing going? Have you figured out if it's a wyvern or a dragon or both?
I think it is a wyvern, and I think a wyvern is like saying all dragons, all of them are like a wyvern is a dragon. All wyverns are dragons, but not all dragons are wyverns. That was how it was explained to me, and I think that makes the most sense.
What is the best way to get inspiration?
I get inspiration from other artists, whether it would be at an art gallery or online or what.
Yes, for everybody asking, we are going to go live on New Year's Day. The Nashville Zoo has clouded leopards, and they just had some cubs, and we have tigers, and the tigers just had 3 cubs. They're so cute. You want to just squish them, but then you realize they're tigers. You can't do that, but they're so cute. You know who I really fell in love with that I wanted to like just hug was Charlie. That would be bad though. He's a prehensile tail porcupine. You guys can all understand why that would be bad to hug a porcupine.
Nobody hugs a cactus.
I know. That's so sad. It reminds me of that one. It was going around Facebook for a long time. It was that video of the porcupine who went into school and nobody would hug him, and he would they'd try to throw the ball at him, and his little quills would deflate the ball. And then they gave him a big box of styrofoam peanuts for Christmas, and he was like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And then they all put all the styrofoam peanuts on the end of his quills, and then everybody could hug him because he was safe. That was really cute. How do you fix pencil smudges?
With a kneaded eraser.
Scott comes from a long line of artists in his family. Wow, Froggo got a nice big workbench for painting for Christmas and a few other art organizational things.
Oh, that's great.
And they're going to have the art space of their dreams when it's all set up.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, they're really excited. You shouldn't mention pizza anymore because some people are now craving pizza because you said pizza.
You know, we were watching this show, The Good Wife, and they would always eat pizza, and it always looked so good.
Yeah.
Darn it, I don't want pizza. I'm all over the place today, but...
What's your... Yeah, you and me both. What's your least favorite material to paint with?
Probably oil pastels.
Oh, yeah, you didn't like those.
Not a fan.
What's your favorite subject, not including art?
Writing? Is that a subject?
English was a subject. Or language arts, or whatever the heck they call it now.
So this part and this part always seem to give me a problem. Getting those planes, you know, of... And I don't know what to do about it.
Where do you get your brushes?
I got these at Plaza Art. These are Winsor Newton Cotman series. And then I got These were from Blick, the Utrecht, and then I got these were from Etcher Labs.
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
Do you like charcoal pastels?
I do. I like them for when I do figure drawing and still lifes.
What's the best drawing you have ever made, in your opinion?
The best drawing. I like the drawing I did of Donna New Year's. So 80, 88, 90.
I don't know. Where is a place that you want to go?
Scotland.
Mm-hmm. All of the rest of Italy besides Venice?
Yeah.
Morocco?
Egypt.
What is the biggest painting you've ever done?
Probably the Animal Crackers movie poster.
Mm-hmm. And for some reason, people are talking about hot dogs, and now I want a hot dog. Shouldn't have a hot dog, but now I want a hot dog.
All right, come on, skin tones. I can figure this out. There's a skin tone here somewhere.
What are your favorite colors?
I like Payne's Gray.
That video of that woman who doesn't like Payne's Gray that Santa sent was funny.
Yeah.
She actually said Payne's Gray was boring. I was like, how could she say that? Yes, I have winter allergies. Yeah. And it's until I talked to the doctor, winter allergies are a thing. It's based around mold and indoor air quality. And we have all these HEPA filters running and everything else. And we went from a live Christmas tree to a fake Christmas tree. And here we are. Yeah.
Gosh. One of these days I'm going to figure skin tone out.
You think?
I hope.
How many Harry Potter things have you painted?
Oh, gosh. I'd probably say at least 50.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see a couple of videos if you look up Harry Potter and my name.
Mm-hmm. Oh, please. Donna being jealous. Yeah, that's the basic state of my existence. Well, look at my husband. Look how cute he is. Wouldn't you be jealous? Hello.
What are we talking about?
Someone like me being jealous. I have tried a neti pot, and it did help, but once you get to the point to where it's impacted, it doesn't do jack. So, Hannah says, thank you for being yourself. It really helps those of us who are neurodivergent. My boyfriend recently got diagnosed, and you have inspired him to be more true to himself. It can be hard in society.
It can, and thank you for saying so. But yeah, it can, and it's especially hard to allow yourself to be you in certain situations. And I've been trying to do that too, and just go, I'm not comfortable here, or I want to do this, or I feel that, and expressing my feelings, and
or saying what you need.
Yeah, and it's hard for people who've been around you for decades to accept this change because they think that you're doing it arbitrarily. You know, oh, now suddenly you feel, no, I'm acknowledging this feeling that has always been there, and I am trying to give myself that space to be myself. And
I will say this, as the partner half of this, who is supposedly neurotypical. It was both a relief and it has been difficult. It's a relief because we finally had a reason for the way that you have been all these years. And like, oh, he's not just weird. This is who he is. This is a thing. But on the other hand, there are some things that he's just abruptly changed about how he deals with things or whatever. And that's been difficult to get used to. But we talk like ad nauseum.
Yeah.
You know, and I just, you know, he tells me what he needs and, you know, and we go from there. I'd rather have him be comfortable than be miserable. I don't want him to be miserable.
Blowjar.
Hold on, let me just get rid of that. Okay. Sorry, guys. I know you guys are all talking about Colleen, about the neti bottle thingamajiggy. I need to do that. I just need to make that a part of my daily existence. I should just do it.
Add some warmth to him. I think
He's very cold.
Very cold, so
yeah.
now I'm going to add some warmth. So let's...
Yeah. I do need to just do that 24/7. I need to do it all year long, not just when I feel bad. But I know it's allergies because I'm itchy. In addition to having a muffled ear and everything else that I can't hear, so it's always fun. Melly said, Scott, I have to tell you that your technique for gouache has helped me get more comfortable doing my gouache paintings. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. I'm happy I'm helping you because I'm not helping myself here. I'm having a really rough go at it today.
Layla does art, likes the white outline, and has adopted it to their art style.
Oh, it's great.
Nava says, I went to the art store for the first time the other day, and it was a magical experience. Isn't it amazing? You can just smell the possibilities. It's wonderful. Nixia says, I'm going back through the comments, says, I'm with Scott. I have huge chunks missing. I don't remember my wedding or the birth of my last two children.
Wow.
Childbirth, I totally get, though. I don't think any of us want to remember that. Who's your favorite Harry Potter character?
Sirius Black.
If you're comfortable answering, have you had people question your autistic identity, especially as you've come across it in adulthood, as I have? I'm in a very professional job, and it can be hard. That's Anxious Owl.
Yeah. I mean, my family, I don't think any of my friends have.
I think it's mostly been your family.
Mostly family, because my family is very conservative, very, religious, and I think they see autism very much the same way that kind of group sees gender identity, or homosexuality, or anything outside of the quote-unquote norm. And so for them, it was very difficult. It felt like I chose to be autistic, or I now identify as autistic, and that people are just coming up with labels for this. And you know, I love them, and so I don't get upset. I just explain, and I point out different periods in my life where they were around and they saw me act a certain way that they thought was really weird. Like, why is he so upset about this? Or why is this bothering him so much? And I go, that's a clear-cut sign of autism. And then they go, oh, okay. So once they could see it in context of, okay, before I was diagnosed, here's me acting autistic here. Here's me acting autistic here. Here's me. And then they go, okay, now I get it. But they have to have some history with me. Otherwise, they just think it was just a choice that I made.
It really was a relief. Like, the diagnosis was like, at least for me, it just made so much sense. What's a good pencil case for art that you would recommend? Oh, that we would find one.
Well, pencil case. You know some good pencil cases.
There was one that I backed on this Indiegogo that was supposed to be the perfect pencil case, and it turned out to be a bust. Like, I was not happy with it. It was not perfect, not even close. I think probably the one that I've liked the best so far was that cream colored one. I actually gave it away in one of my giveaways this past year. You can find it on Amazon, or Stationery Pal has them. I think I have a link on my page for it. That, I think, was the best one I've tried to date, because there was a space to actually put the pens in, and then there was a bigger space on the bottom that would hold other things, like you could put washi tape or scissors or a ruler or something else that you would need in that. I know I have a link to that in there somewhere, but yeah.
All right, I think I'm going to need colored pencils for this one, so I'm going to finish up the paint, and I feel like this just needs a little colored pencil and it'll be fine.
Oh, so. Scott didn't study. Yeah, he didn't enjoy it and didn't like studying.
So I just looked down and I was like, oh God, is it 10:30 yet? And I was like, it's not even 10 yet. I'm like, okay, I have time. So I'm going to go and I'm going to lay in the rest of the colors. And sometimes I just can't get the shapes, or just the, and I need to come in with some colored pencils to just draw what
details.
Yeah, and so
ignorance can be just as harmful as maliciousness. I think sometimes people don't want to learn, or they don't want to hear something about somebody that they've known their whole life. I think it's just different. It's like, but you're this way, and now you're telling me you're this way. And anyway, we did watch The Mandalorian. Can you please do more videos on the cover page of your travel journal?
When you say more videos on the cover page, you mean do more cover pages or talk more about it?
I don't know. Scott wants to do the 70s after this, right?
Yeah.
Any tips to move through feeling intimidated drawing people? Objects in nature feel so much easier than capturing a human likeness, and the imposter syndrome is real sometimes. Haha.
The video series I did of the 1 minute figure drawing class sketches. Try that. That will improve your confidence in people so much.
Brazen says, yeah, hubby and I have a lot of issues, and being supposedly neurotypical one is rough too. I think everybody thinks it's easy being the neurotypical one, but when you have a person that's been diagnosed, I think later in life,
there's a lot of changes that you got to deal with.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes, and you're used to a certain way that your dynamic's been for us, it's been 35 years of one way. And while it is a relief, at the same time, it is difficult. You know? I'm not going to go anywhere because of it. I'm not going to walk out the door or anything, but sometimes I'm just like, dude, seriously?
All right, let me get some background color in here.
Okay, there's Foxy. I can't pronounce the last of it. Sorry. Stefnerd put in the link to the art supplies. That's all the supplies that Scott uses. There's also a video on his Swissmedic bag, and you can see a lot of the supplies he takes with him when we go out somewhere. The Spotify playlists are listed on the website as well.
Yeah.
So you can check those out. Scott just loves to start a new journal. How do you get motivated to do the cover page of your travel journal? You just love to start a new one. You like starting something new after finishing another one.
Yeah, I mean, I did a video on that, and I'm sure you saw that, but it is a... I like to do a nice piece for the start of each journal, just so that way I think it kind of sets the tone. Mm-hmm. And I like to open it up and see that piece too.
The palettes listed in the arts. Any art supplies that you see that Scott using are listed on the website. Santa says, I believe that Scotland will be my next visit.
Yeah.
I've heard be careful no matter where you go. So I would not, as a woman, travel by myself. I would travel with either a group or obviously with Scott. So, yeah, and I'm not afraid to travel.
I don't do well with travel. Donna does better at travel than I do.
I think I don't do as well because of you. I'm not blaming you, but I think I'm just more, more cautious because of you. You know? Like, where are we going to be and what are we going to do? And I don't know. I think I am. But that being said, like, at this point, like, I used to do the planning of the trips, and now I let Scott do the planning of the trips because I want him to be comfortable with what we're doing. And we travel better when he knows everything that's happening. It just works a little bit better. So we've sort of made that adjustment. And it works fine. As long as he tells me, I tell him, I'm like, just tell me when to be at the airport and where we're going, and I'm fine. I just need parameters for packing the bag. So we have both tried Afrin. Afrin is great, but you can only take it for up to 3 days. You can't take it long term. It doesn't, it has more side effects if you take it long term. It's not.
All right, blow dry.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead. Scott prefers to draw not from descriptions or from dreams or from whatever. He prefers to draw from photo reference. So if we go somewhere, he'll take a picture of it. And then he'll paint while we're sitting there, or he'll paint from the photo reference. It's funny, we were just talking yesterday about places we'd like to go for next year, and we need to go out and see our moms because both of our dads are gone, so we need to go and visit them and spend some time there. And we were talking about how we have to get either an Airbnb or a hotel room that has a table that's big enough for both of us to sit and journal, for him to paint and things like that. So it's kind of fun to do that.
All right, so I'm going to get my colored pencil now.
Mm-hmm. Which color pencil?
Dark purple. Pencil sharpener.
Why dark purple?
I like it.
Is that going to match with the colors you're using?
I'm just going to go in and... Sometimes I just need to find the shapes and
a little more definition.
And this is a little bit of Drew Struzan, adding some pencil scritches and scratches.
What's your favorite piece of art besides your wife? And I did not make that up. Somebody actually typed that. Thank you for thinking I'm a piece of art.
I like the Animal Crackers movie poster. I think was a good one.
Scott really doesn't keep his least favorite paintings. You guys have seen him tear so many things up. And he does talk to his art. I've heard him.
Really?
You do. You get mad sometimes and you talk to the pencils. It's not often. I talk to everything in the house. What inspires you to do art?
The beauty of the world around me. People. Things like that.
Do you prefer to be addressed as Scott and Donna or Mr. Scott and Mrs. Donna?
Oh, Scott and Donna is fine.
Although I always told my boys that, because I was raised this way, that it was respectful to say Mrs. Smith or Mr. Jones or whatever. So I always insisted that they do that to their friends' parents, who a lot of them said, oh no, just call me whatever.
Oh yeah, to this day I still, Mr. Mukiyama, Mrs. Sibthorpe.
We do that with our parents' friends. We still call them Mr. and Mrs. That's just how we were raised, and I thought that was more respectful. Even the teachers now are like, I'm, Miss M or Miss whatever or whatever. It's like, no. Nope. There's a level of respect there with teachers. And let's see.
Yeah, sometimes some pieces I just want to get in and kind of doodle a little bit and add a little bit of line work.
Nika Boca Glory? You have to be more specific, because painting ink means nothing. Like, are you talking about what paper he uses? Like, has a specific paper for watercolors, a specific paper for gouache. Are you talking about ballpoint pens? Are you talking about what are you specifically talking about? Because there's no such thing as painting ink that I'm aware of. Do you have a favorite dinosaur?
Triceratops.
Okay, good to know. Going to Florida to volunteer there for a bit and was wondering if you can bring paint tubes in a carry-on.
I've never tried to bring paint tubes. I wouldn't think it would be a problem. I mean,
you probably have to disclose that put them in a Ziploc bag, I would think, and put them separately through the thing because they're liquid. Paint is liquid.
Yeah, it is.
Andrew says, I was diagnosed with ADHD and PTSD when I was a kid, but it was the 90s, so they basically just said walk it off. So I went completely untreated my whole life. I recently started to work on it. That's exactly what happened to Scott. We were kids from the 80s. You didn't do it. It was like boys were hyperactive or this or that or whatever, and it was like suck it up. That's what it was.
I don't think I want to end it. I think I like this. Let me try it.
If you've tried tea and it's bitter, try something like a chai. There's a really great mix that is you can buy it at a Kroger if you're here in the States. It's a vanilla chai and it's really, really good. You might just need something. You might need a little sugar. You might need a little honey. You might need a little something. Ellen says, whereas I prefer to travel by myself, I can navigate and move around faster and see more. I wouldn't disagree with that statement. You can. And it was actually kind of nice. When I was in London that one time by myself, it was great because I didn't have to ask anybody else what I wanted to do or where they wanted to go. It was awesome. I spent an hour in the Enlightenment room of the British Museum all by myself, and it was heaven on earth. Maybe there's something to that, Ellen. How do you not get overwhelmed with a very intricate painting?
I do. It happens, and when that happens, you just step away, and you come back a little later. You know, I don't put time limits on my art. Excuse me.
Nah, Scott, your mom said the same thing. This is Fun for House says, when I told my mother that I'm autistic, her first reaction was, but you never seemed autistic.
Yeah.
I went on a rant on how I was different while being in school, and examples helped her see it. Yeah. He had the exact same reaction from his mom. Exact same reaction. I think that's just the go-to. I think people just, you know, I don't know. No, we have not seen the new Percy Jackson.
Pencil sharpener.
You're funny. Who's your favorite Kiss member?
Well, personality-wise, would be Paul Stanley, but look-wise, it was always Ace Frehley. Like, Paul Stanley seems like a decent person.
Yeah. Sarah has said that parents feel like they failed if their kids have a different sexual orientation or gender identity or neurodivergence, and it's like, that's not how it works, you know?
Yeah.
That's just not how it works. You just need to accept your kid for who they are. Period. End of discussion. I will tell you this, for those of you that are younger parents or for those of you that are kids, it is very hard as a mom to let go when your kids get to that age where, like, I mean, ask my boys, I smother better than anybody in the whole world. And they were like, Mom, seriously. It is very, very difficult when you just love your kids so much and you always want the best for them to just let go and let them live their own life instead of trying to tell them
Pencil sharpener.
What's the best thing for them to do with their life. But anyway, there you go. No, we haven't seen Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And we are not doctors, so you would have to look. Oh, jeez. This person says, Mom lied on the autism test to make it seem like I'm not autistic to look better.
Oh, God.
You know, anyway. I don't think it's... Some parents just can't accept it, and that's just sad. What is your favorite song? There's no way I can possibly pick a favorite song.
Future Love Paradise by Seal.
Yeah. I can't pick one. And do you have pencil or sketchbook recommendations?
My favorite sketchbook for watercolor is the Be Creative sketchbook.
Mm-hmm. Which, ironically, you don't use very often.
No, I do. That's my travels one. I don't get to...
We don't get to travel much, so...
But my favorite pencils, colored pencils, are still Prismacolor, though. The Caran d'Ache are... Like, if I was rich, I would get the Caran d'Ache, but...
Do you get in your own head with your art? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Do you ever love a piece of art, and then the moment you stare at it, you begin to hate it?
Yep.
He does this every day. I don't see a meet and greet on the horizon right now. But that's not to say it won't happen.
You know, I think maybe one thing we can start looking into is seeing if there are conventions that would want us to come out.
Oh, we could do that.
Maybe start looking at that. Mm-hmm. I think if there's a set time where I'm at a booth and I'm doing that, it might be okay. I've done conventions before, and I handled them pretty well.
How did you do Comic-Con all those years? It was so loud in there.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I was never. Yeah, the loudness bothered me a lot, but
Wow, I just realized that. How did you do that?
yeah.
Holy moly. Yes, I have watched Gilmore Girls. Oh, Bethany says I fly with paint tubes all the time. Just keep them under 2 ounces and put them in a Ziploc bag to prevent leaks, and so you can pull them out to show security. Now, that being said, if you're going overseas, you're not going overseas. I don't remember. If you're going overseas, you have to really condense your liquids. What is Scott's favorite animal out of all the animals from the Nashville Zoo that he has drawn?
Was it Stanley? Mm-hmm. The hornbill.
Rhinoceros
hornbill. Because I got to play catch with them.
Mm-hmm. What made you want to be an artist?
I think it was just something that I was good at, and you know, it's when there's something that you're good at and your family encourages you, you know, you feel good about making art. And I really didn't have any other skills or talents, so.
You might just have to do, excuse me, to get diagnosed when you're out on your own instead of with your parents. Because I would consider Scott high functioning. But sometimes you just have to do it on your own. Ugh. You know, it's really funny. There's some people here who have come out to their parents and their parents are not being supportive.
Yeah.
I wish, and I've seen this with other moms, I wish other moms were like, I love you no matter what. Because I've had friends of the boys who've come to me and said, I can't come out to my mom. I can't tell my mom, you know, that I this or that or whatever it is. And I've always told my boys, it does not matter to me, like your gender or sexual orientation. I just want you to be happy. I want you to have what you want in life and be successful, and I want you to be happy. And whatever partner you bring home to me, I have one criteria. I want them to love and support you as much as you love and support them. That's it. Because it's not my job to tell my kids who they are. That's it. Period. End of discussion. So I'm sorry for all of those of you that are going through all of that, because I can't imagine.
Yeah, you don't get to pick your parents.
No, you don't.
But you do get to pick who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. Do you know any art jobs that haven't been taken over by AI nowadays?
Oh, God. Every art job hasn't been taken over by... AI has not taken over anybody's job. Mm-mm. I'm not saying it won't at some point, but AI has not taken over anybody's job. Hasn't taken over character design, hasn't taken over animation, hasn't taken over comic books. Just because some people are able to use AI to make something look halfway decent, great for them. But they're losing out on the joy of actually creating something, you know? And artists make art because they love to make art. No AI can take that joy away from you.
Yeah.
I don't know, this one was kind of different with all the colored pencils and whatnot, but...
Mixed media. It's mixed media.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. How do the colors not get muddy when you paint?
I think they did get muddy. And I'm okay with that. You know?
My grandma said I should take a break from being gay since she thinks I'm too young to fully make the decision.
Yeah, that sounds like a grandma thing.
Gosh, that sounds exactly like a... You know, it's funny. Everyone's going to have an opinion on your life. People have opinions on Scott and I. People have opinions on, everything. And I will tell you that as public as we are at this point, we are not going to change who we are as people to make anyone else happy. We're just not. We are who we are. We know who we are as people. And that's it. And if someone is making you feel bad for who you are, it's just their own insecurity. And please just keep it in your heart and know who you are. And when you are able to be on your own and be who you are, you can flourish at that point. But if you are with your parents and in that situation, just do the best job that you can. And I'm just so sorry. I don't know why this stream is effectively my therapist. I'm sorry about that.
Pencil sharpener.
David says, I'm not planning on coming out to my grandfather. He still buys me most of my art supplies. That's a smart idea. Are there any good recommendations for watercolor tutorials?
I don't have any recommendations. I don't really know too many tutorials, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sure there are a bunch. I'm sure I'm friends with some who do wonderful tutorials, but I've never looked at tutorials before. All right, I think I'm done.
People that are older, like grandmas and grandpas, are not going to change, you guys. So
yeah, as much as I try to change,
they're not.
some of my family. It's just
yeah.
At some point, you just have to accept that this is how they're going to be.
Leon says, "Hey Scott and Donna, my husband and I've been together for almost 10 years now, and my father-in-law still thinks we got married too young."
Oh God.
You know how many years Scott and I heard that? So many years. Oh, you guys are so young. You're so young. Yeah.
We got married young too.
We did. But 31 years later, we're still standing.
Yeah.
I mean, and people who got married a lot later in life than we did, are married and divorced and married and divorced. You can call me anything you want as long as it is not a bad name. You can call me whatever you want. I use AI quite regularly when I don't have the energy to art properly. It's a tool for me to get ideas out of my head and references for my own drawings.
Totally fine.
Got any mini sketchbooks and lead pencil recommendations?
Mini sketchbooks. I actually like the sketch wallet. Mm-hmm. Was nice. Mm-hmm. I like. Not that I've used it yet. But I like this Strathmore 400 series tanned paper. Mm-hmm. Hardbound. That's a good one. What was the other one?
Lead pencil recommendations.
The only one I'm using is the one that Donna got me, which is the Advance. Was it
Kuretake? There's
a video on it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I think we're done.
So here's a little side note that I haven't shared with Bethany yet, but she's gonna have to help me with it, so she might as well hear here. The paper and stuff that I bought for to do the journaling thing, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna put it on my community channel. I'm not gonna do a video. I'm too tired, but I want to get journaling stuff out to you guys next week. So I'm going to post it on January 1st. I'm going to let it go for 5 days. I'm going to close it out on Friday night at midnight, and I'm just going to send the stuff out journal books and pens, and one of them is an agenda for 2024.
Is it a feminist agenda?
It is a feminist agenda. You got a problem with that, buddy? I didn't think so. Anyway, so I am going to be putting that together. And you guys can go to my community channel, and there you go. And we can journal together. The tea of the day is the Harrods tea. And Tuna Man Draws gave you a tip.
Thank you.
Let's see.
I'm done.
He's done, so I'm going to be done because I'm tired. And I'm tired of talking and I need some more tea. And we will see you guys on...
in 2024. See you next year.
See you next year. And hopefully Donna will feel better then. Because, well... yeah, so we'll see you guys then. Have a...
safe New Year's.
Yep, have a safe New Year's.
Wonderful weekend.
And yeah, and maybe if Bethany, if you could put in my yeah, there we go, my YouTube. Bethany just put it in the bottom, and I hope she's not going to get mad at me. I have not read that, but we'll see you guys next year. We'll see you on Monday, and we are going to go take a break, and I'm going to go collapse on the couch. So.
Bye, everybody. We love you.
Have a great one, you guys. We love you. I hope the end of your year is great, and we will see you in the new year. Bye.